All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We'll start off like in all course, honor, praises, and fear to Him, Father. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Akakodash. Also, get double honors to Apostle Ezra Muslim, who do well. Is your brother Kakum,
I'm Brother Amawan.
member of the Great Muslim Atlanta Camp. And back at it again today, the live lesson. This one's going to be about the up and coming famines that are going to happen here in the United States of America, man. Which is known as Babylon the Great, which would be a very irksome time for you people, okay? Because you'll soon find out that the grocery store is in a limited amount of food, okay? And food is a very limited resource here upon planet Earth, and the Lord controls that, all right? And the Lord will soon have these shelves empty, man, okay? To where you people won't be able to buy and sell unless you have a certain mark, as written about in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, which is known as the NFC or RFID CHIP. You can grab you got, bro.
Khan. And so I had dropped the link to this article in the comment section. All right, but this is from MarketWatch.com. It says opinion: empty shelves for lease signs and job layoffs point to recession by summer. You get straight to it.
Yeah. I mean, grab that second Ezra 6 and 22 for you. Second Ezra 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. You know, and as the bro said from the article, he said, "What people are getting unemployed, and there's becoming more and more food off the shelves, which means one or two things: people are gonna start uh, breaking in, okay, these stores late at night, taking food, or even during the day. And you see that in certain places like LA. In LA, you have it to where you can basically steal over $1,000 worth of food every single day, and you won't get arrested. You'll get a
Yep.
warning, a pat on the back. It's so bad over there in the Bay Area that people keep nothing in their car and keep their windows rolled down because people will break into your car broad daylight.
God.
So that's what's next to happen in the rest of these cities in America. All right, you have it to where a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, Portland was basically a fucking a goddamn trench town, man. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so that's gonna continue to keep on happening because Esau has to bring order out of chaos. You know.
So like I'm trying to find out the video, like the live.
Oh, I can check it for you if you want.
Okay, kind of the water. I
What
mean, I
else?
know we live on StreamYard, but I don't see it going to.
On YouTube.
Yeah, so like it.
Yeah, you're cool, bro. Uh, yeah, it's live. It's live.
I kind of like. All right. So yeah. Matter of fact, I can run that back for you.
Con.
Okay. So this now that I know that we straight. So yeah, back inside this right here, like the brother beautifully going into. Like I said, it's MarketWatch.com opinion, right? Empty shelves for lease signs and job layoffs point to recession by summer. You gonna grab the first paragraph or?
Yeah. Con.
All right. So it says renegotiating a trade deal won't be worth much unless it's with America's most valuable trading partners.
Mm. And that's heavy. It says what a trade deal won't do. A new trade deal won't do nothing. And the scripture say what we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed because this place
Mm,
is not going to come back into the golden age as it was. As head Nero Trump says, the king of Babylon says so. It's going to be a golden age of America, which honestly is going to be a whole systematical reset, man. And you see how he's planning everything this week on the 7th, 4 days ago. You had to where what the digital ID came into play. So you see how Esau is purposely about to starve you people out so he can bring in his new world order and bring you on your knees, man. You know?
mm, Hey, so crazy about that, Salakia.
No.
When you go into that mark, we're speaking about it yesterday, but when you go to that mark, like you just said, he's trying to force you to be fully up under him,
Mm.
and that's a good tactic is food, and that's really a war tactic by starving you out.
Mm.
And but going back to that point with and Mark, when he breaking it down, going to the charagma, it also says like to be in subject, to being subject, and pretty much when you being in subject, you being to under someone that's more powerful. And how can you be up under someone that's more powerful? You gotta have that device, and that's what he's like. You said he's crashing the system, so you gotta rely on that device.
Con. I got a precept for you.
Kind.
It's Lamentations 4 verse 9. They that are slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For
Yep.
ye pine away stricken through the want of fruits of the field.
Woo. And like you said, this is why it's high time to wake out of sleep, because the
Yeah.
Lord's finna have it to the point where, matter of fact, we were talking about that yesterday as well. About dying. Like what is the worst way to die? And really, like you just brought out,
Mm-hmm.
for your food is to be eating this, what I'm saying, for your to be dying of starvation. Can we read that, Baba Kushar?
Yeah, this is Lamentations 4 verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For
Right.
he pine away.
So like
Oh, sorry. You got it, bro. Slocky.
like you said, he's gonna pine away from the fruits of the field, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what that's how a lot of folks will go out. They hey, they're gonna be down for starvation, right? They're gonna be breaking inside other people's houses just to get some foods, But back to the point, it's better to die by the sword, right? It's better to die by a quick, boom, and you done. Then you going every single day with constant pain, a slow death. That's what I'm trying to get to. You
Yeah.
Hey, it's happening. It's getting close to it, right? With these cells, and that's what we understand the book of 2 Esdras 15, 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, because it's to that point he can't think. And like what I always bring out is that Snickers commercial, right? You're not you when you're hungry, you know. And Jake don't know how to fast, don't have type of discipline by themselves. So when them shelves get empty, they going for off emotions. You know what I'm saying? They're going off the flesh.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these foods are drugs.
Yeah,
Esau puts fucking heavy chemicals in these foods, especially McDonald's.
yeah,
That rabbi came out basically saying he puts basically people in the fucking McDonald's, man. They show you that in that KFC commercial that they recently put out.
yep, con.
Man, so these people about to go crazy because they already have really a small taste of flesh. So they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be out here basically fucking eating each other, man.
Con. I remember I seen it was an old clip with a brother. No, the brothers of Jake. The brother doing a lesson on it. But I forgot the man's name. It's like every time I think about his name, I forget it. But anyway, he already said he was like, "Hey, my kids won't go hungry."
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
going into what cannibalism. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And hey, they did it before. They used to hang us. So it's definitely That's definitely coming back around again.
Yeah, man.
Cannibalism.
Heavy, heavy. It's a heavy thing, and they show you that in some of these old school movies, like the Book of Eli. Remember,
Yeah.
they check their hands to see if they're shaking because they're fucking eating people. And these people are about to lose it when these shows go out, man. All
Yeah.
right, and it's all thanks to Nero. He thinks
Gone.
he's gonna rebuild this place back better, but there's no rebuilding Babylon, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we rooting them on. Tear this motherfucker down. Tear it
Oh,
down, man. Push the
God.
button.
I got
Um.
another precept for you, bro. If you
Go ahead.
this is Ezekiel 14 verse 13. Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing against grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and I will break the staff of bread thereof, and I will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it.
Man, and that's heavy, because like now America's like a tender delicate spot. You got Uber Eats.
Yeah.
You got Instacart. What I think it's Instacart.
Mhm.
You don't have to leave your house, right? It's so much that you're able to get access to, and there's so much food. The gluttony is crazy over here.
Yeah.
When you leave outside of America, the ratio of you seeing a big person, I mean, the percentage of you seeing a big person is really damn near slim to none, because you gotta walk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta exercise. Don't get me wrong. You got fat folks everywhere, but it ain't how it is in America, man.
People are obese. They're not fat. They're
Yeah,
actually
yeah, you're right. You're
obese.
right. They're obese. Yeah, child ain't up at 5 years old, but she like a damn running back. You know, like that. That's how it is out here in Babylon, bro.
Oh,
Like
for real.
but the Lord's finna cut that.
Hmm.
All of that access to that quick accessity. The
Yeah.
Lord's finna cut that off, man. You got it up.
I have another one. Matthew
Okay.
24 verse
Oh, let me hit some more of this for this article for you right quick.
Oh, for sure, bro.
So this back inside that article, it reads, it takes 30 to 50 days for container ships from Asia to reach the U.S. West Coast ports,
Mm-hmm.
barring new, faster shipping options or a stunning retreat by U.S. President DJ Trump on China tariffs. The consumer retail economy, which constitutes 7% of GDP, will be damaged. Demand for container space from China on the ships transitioning the Pacific Ocean currently is running 60% to 65% below what is normally would be at this time.
If I can add, right,
Mm-hmm.
they say at 30 to 50 days, but so I used to work overnights at a Kroger.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they get one truck a night, bro, and whatever is on that truck, if it's empty on that shelf, you're not getting nothing, bro. You know, so that grocery store they have backstock, but that backstock is only for certain items, and
Yep.
it's high quality items, so they're gonna put that out the first day. You know, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna be gone within a day or two. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to the grocery store is one of the worst options that these people have when they finally figure out what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the lights go out, people gonna head straight to Walmart, not knowing Walmart backwards is fucking martial law.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Marla. Yuck, huh? You can walk right into a trap, man.
Bro. You know, so those grocery stores are very, very limited on goods, man. It's a very small amount. It might look like it to the naked eye, but in all reality, they only have a very small amount of food in the back, and they only get one truck in a day.
Mm-hmm. It kind of in the ad. I used to do the same thing as well. I had worked at Kroger. Man, that shit probably was even 2 weeks, bro. But um, there's something else that came back up for me within the trade, you know. But like you said, just going by what you were saying, like it ain't much back there. You know what I'm saying? Cause really, what's back there is finna get put on to the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you know, and going back to this, with the tariffs going up, you know, the containers not coming to to the coast,
Yeah.
right? You got the truckers, they not able to work,
Yeah.
so we're really not about to see nothing hit these shelves real soon.
And they still have trucker strikes going on too.
Trucker
So
strikes going, yep, con.
yeah, man. So it's looking rough. It's looking rough for Babylon the Great.
Yeah, but you know, for us, hey, this is what we rejoice in, because we know he got to come down with that great wrath, and we're about to see the
Mm-hmm.
Lord get in his bag and feed us.
Yeah, con.
You can keep going.
Uh,
What's it on
I got
you?
I got Isaiah 65. He was talking about the Lord feeding us.
Okay.
It's Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Bob Kushak can go up one.
Yeah, Isaiah 65 verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter,
Right.
because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I
Right.
spake, ye did not hear.
Con, and you know, just to go into that right quick, right? You know, 2/3 of our people got to feel this judgment. A lot of them got to, death by pain for real, right? By slowly dying. So, like we was already going into, a lot of these stores, these food, these distribution centers, they really gonna be traps, man. Because for sales to be empty and everybody thinking like I need this, everybody gonna rush down to these stores, man. And what's gonna happen is a lot of folks won't make it up out the store. You know,
Yeah,
you might get some items, but somebody didn't beat and slice you in the back of the neck. You know, because they need those items.
yeah,
You
mm,
know, a lot of folks really gonna die inside these stores. Bob
yeah.
Kushak, you can go ahead.
And you see a lot of people, they might raid like the warehouses, you know.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's even a fucking FEMA camp if you look at the layout of it, man. So
Mm-hmm.
shit is people are gonna fall into a big snare, okay,
Yeah.
by the fowler, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Esau. Isaiah 65 verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer, and when I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not.
And what was
Therefore,
the also like?
I gotta,
I was saying, and what the thing about it was the Lord has opened His hand out. You're right through the prophets to give you, the armor for this bad storm that's gonna come down the pipeline, and you refuse it. You slap, you turn the shoulder away from the prophets. So the Lord, like, you know what? I bet I'm gonna let you get caught up inside this famine. I'm gonna number you to that.
mm,
And we already see it now. especially when it comes to the women. You have to, got to chime them in, right? A lot of women don't want to listen, because really, when you look at the 2/3, that's a lot of women.
Hell yeah.
And he got a number to the sword. That's why you say, hey, cannibalism gonna come back on the scene. You're gonna see, what say, the love of many gonna wax cold. Right? That wax cold going to the Greek word psycho.
Mm-hmm.
You finna see kids taking the moms out. You finna see all kind of crazy shit going on, man. All because why you didn't want to listen to the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. But like the brother finna go into, for us on the other hand, we woke up to the truth, and we tapped in, and but Lord willing, the Lord watches over us inside these times of food famine and feed us and provide.
Yeah. Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
And with this going on, we ready to see the Lord provide. I mean, he does it on a daily basis, but we know that inside this time we're going to see it. We're going to see it, I guess if the word is more abundantly, it can be on a different level, like we got our forefathers, he had Elijah, being fed, with the ravens.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord, he finna, like we always see, he finna get in his bag by showing us even more. But he said, hey, my servant shall eat. And we so circumspect and understand that the Lord's, we can't box the Lord in, right? He gonna feed us all kind of ways, man.
Yeah.
All these people trying to go to these stores and hoard their house whole time. That just really them setting up for the elect that comes out that house whenever the Lord, bring us across that path.
Yeah, it's the same thing of old, because Yahushua warned us of this back in the day,
Yep.
and it's going to happen again to this modern day Roman Empire.
Yep.
There's Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Here in the yesterday, there's a
Yep.
fucking earthquake, bro.
Yep.
I ain't feel it. I was asleep,
Yeah.
but people were talking about it, bro.
Yeah. I was at work and I was walking.
Mm-hmm.
I was downtown. I'm thinking like somebody trying to walk up on me. Cause
Yeah.
I kept hearing shit move, but I didn't really feel it. I just kept hearing shit move.
Yeah.
And so I turned around. It was just a big ass parking lot, bro. And then it finally made sense that it was
Yeah.
actually going on when I kept hearing, like, how like somebody pull the fire alarm thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kept going off, and I was like, "What the fuck going on?" I thought them things one of the J's down there, fucking with shit.
Yeah.
Now, lo and behold, when I got back to the crib, that was like, "Bro, did y'all feel that?" I was like, "Oh, that's what that was,"
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. Well, one dude said he thought a helicopter was flying over his house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how much shaking it was doing to his house.
That's scary, bro. That's
Yeah.
scary.
So I'm like, and we really got like the aftershock. So I know for sure having a 7.0 earthquake, man.
Man.
You got it though, bro.
And when the scriptures say the earth is gonna rock to and fro like a drunkard, man.
Yup.
That's bro. The whole earth. Imagine that, bro.
Just stagnant. Just up.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's some real crazy work.
You want to grab some more of that article? There should be like a little small section. It says like what to expect, like the month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At like the very bottom, I think.
At the very, very bottom.
Yeah, maybe.
It's one of them. It says some analysts are concentrating on the higher prices on imports, but the truth is that fewer American businesses will clear products through U.S. customs. It won't be price that matters. It will be the lack of product to sell.
Which is supply and
go ahead.
demand. All right, which is really gonna cause these. It's gonna be supply and demand because there's gonna be such a high supply for simple goods such as bread, water, even technology. Okay, now even China, what they didn't do, they didn't put a tariff on computer chips. So companies like Nvidia, AMD. I know Nvidia is a Chinese company. So Nvidia right? They make the chips for your computers, which even probably have. They're probably in the works of making some shit for your fucking brain. All right, but there's not a tax on that. So showing how Esau, he's really in a trade war, but he's really trying to savor his economy somehow, some way, with China. You know, so small goods that you see like at fucking Timu. Now Timu, I don't think Timu's even shipping shit over to the United States anymore, bro.
I don't think so. I think they went up like a real high on their tariffs.
Yeah. So you see a lot of these people, these selling fucking fake goods from off of you might see them on Facebook Market type shit. They got them fucking pro. I'm gonna teach you how to make. Remember, they're hurting now, bro.
Yeah.
So call a lying lie about Shemal Shai, man. These prophecies are happening. Habakkuk the second chapter. Okay, though it tarry, wait for it. And we've been waiting, and now these things that we've been speaking about, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai, they're starting to manifest itself. So now the average everyday person can see it. Okay, they can't hear, oh, there's gonna be empty shells, but now they actually see it. And there's that saying, a seeing is believing.
Yep, and that's they really,
Yeah.
they gotta see it to believe it, and that just shows the faith, the lack of faith. But I got that precept in Habakkuk 2 for you.
Yeah, come on.
I saw that verse 1, Habakkuk 2 verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he was saying to me.
Yeah, when you're on a tower, you can look down and see everything. So Lord has put us in a position to where we can see behind us, right, in front of us, and in the future. First Samuel's 9 verse 9 says, if I can grab it right quick, Slovakia. I don't mean to.
Say First Samuel.
First Samuel's 9 and 9. I'm right there.
Okay.
First Samuel 9 verse 9. Before in Israel, when a man went to inquire of power, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. For he that is called a prophet was before time a seer. That word seer there is a ra'ah, which means to look, to perceive, right? So we can perceive, okay, what time they were living in through the senses that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai has given us, man. Which is to see in the future. The word prophecy basically means what, to say before. So we were seeing these things, but now, well, even before time, like a year or two ago, you have what Bill Gates, who was burning down the farmlands, burning down the chicken factories, and we said, okay, well now you see it, but now there's a whole trade war. Okay, things aren't really being made in America like that, man. Okay, so now it's time for that black horse to really start setting in and slicing niggas stomachs, man. Slocky, you got it, bro.
No, you good. This is back in Habakkuk 2 verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he was saying to me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the visions yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, and one thing you said was he make it plain upon tables. A table is something that you eat off of. We've been eating the words of Yahweh Shemal Shai. He prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And now that table, okay, the master's table, man, we're sitting and we're looking, we're watching, and the Lord said, hey, I'm gonna keep you since thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord's gonna look out for us, bro.
If I may add, Salakia,
Go ahead, bro.
like you said, that temptation going to what pretty much to be enticed.
Yeah.
And through this and through this food, this food famine, he gonna entice you, really get that seed here. Really, if you want to keep eating, so he gonna crash it so he can open back up. It's gonna be up under, new regulations.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 Corinthians 2:11. So we are not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Yup.
So we see how he's purposely manipulating the food markets and drawing up higher prices, because it's not only just the food, okay, it's also people's medication. Oh, a lot of the supplies to get this medication comes from over there in China, because it's cheaper to make, it's cheaper to buy. So even those people are going through it, bro. It's an all-out fucking war in America right now, man.
And like he said with the whole medication, right? Because once the nigga ain't got medication, he gonna lose his shit. So,
Man.
and he says, the love of many shall wax cold. Hey, let them folks that be on these pills to get through their day to day or they weekly basis, they don't go without no pills. They finna lose their mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, that word pharmacy goes to the Greek word of pharmakia, which means witchcraft. So they're really under a spell.
Yep.
That,
No supply. They finna
go,
ten niggas up.
go.
It's this to add on to you. You had quoted it. I was going to bring it out as well
Oh,
in the NLT version. This 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes."
oh.
So
Yeah.
we not, you know what I'm saying. And the funny thing about it is, we telling the devil what he's about to do. We
Yeah.
familiar with, we know where we at within prophecy.
Yeah.
So we know that he's trying to collapse the society through the food. But guess what? We got scriptures to keep us grounded for that. We know that we're gonna eat. We know that the Lord gonna make sure we have somewhere to lay our head. You know, He not gonna let us be enticed into temptation.
I got
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Uh, it's Ezekiel 12, verse 26. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of times that are far off. Therefore
Mm.
say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And that's what we're seeing right now. What I just brought up for the brother in Habakkuk. The
Mm-hmm.
vision point in time, right? But I say, oh, that's for a far time off. It ain't gonna happen over here. America is gone. America never fail.
Nope.
Or
30 years.
30, yeah, uh, they'll say stuff like, that's not gonna happen inside our lifetime. You
Mm-hmm.
know, now things are being on the forefronts now. Now they're starting to realize like now this shit is getting real.
Mm.
Now, can you reread that for me, Baba Shah?
Uh, Come on. Ezekiel 26, verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
Right,
And he prophesieth of times that are far off.
right. They don't think that we're gonna the RFID hip is not gonna be made mandatory. Well, don't even a lot of people don't even know about it. You know, but when we speak about it, they say, "Oh, that's not gonna happen right now." Or man, let Jake tell it, or Heathen tell it. Man, it already didn't happen. You know, you got
Yeah.
Charles White talking about something. The MOTB is the cell phone.
It's
Through
it's the it's the Maxine.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Like, come on, bro.
Come
You,
on,
you gonna buy and sell with the Maxine?
huh?
You gonna buy and sell with the Maxine?
And they through. They is through.
Hmm. Oh,
Um,
I got second. I got another one. Do my last one. Unless you got something.
and I can bring them back. Yeah, I got one.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go
I
ahead.
know we had started off with it, but I ain't go all the way down.
No, no, no.
This Second Ezra chapter 6 and 22. Um, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Right, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And we know that word suddenly just meaning at an instant. You know, and we know that X shit can like you just did, bro. That shit can happen overnight. And like the brother already saying, it don't take much for a grocery store to like if it missed that shipment day, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I already said by the end of May that we're going to see price differences. I already seen an article which I meant to go into. Lord willing, I can get into it, but the price of eggs about to go all the way back up again, past from what it was. We
Mm.
really see hyperinflation really at the end of this month. And call law, you how about Shimi Awashaka? This is where we at. This is what we've been preaching about. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And you can chime in whenever, bro. Um, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Um, verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another. Excuse me. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Mm.
Earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Yeah. They should fight friends, man. You can have people in the world, man. Okay, they're not as close as they think.
Yeah.
That stuff go empty, bro. They don't got the protection of Yabashim Mashai. They gonna eat each other.
Yup.
You know, they gonna eat each other, man. It's gonna be bad in these inner cities. Hey, they show you that movie, I Am Legend. They blew up the bridge in the beginning. It mean one way and one way out, which is by way of that sea hit, man.
Yep.
Okay. And okay, them YNs down in Atlanta, bro, they got the fucking switches. Oh Lord, it's gonna sound like fucking Iraq in that motherfucker, bro. It's gonna be bad, bro.
It about to get real bad, especially in the city, like the 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
Bad, bro.
Yeah.
It says in French, I fight one against another like enemy, so that like you got to be in a whole different state, like mindset to look at your friend as like, if I don't get rid of him, he will get rid of me.
Yeah, because there's only so much. All right.
Yeah.
What is that? Fuck. Let me see if I can grab this right quick. They should
like,
eat bread with
leave the world behind. The dude, him and the white dude was cool, but it went down. He was not fucking with him. He was like, "Look, bro, you taking any more step." I forgot how he said it, but
I'm gonna shoot you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah. They turned the enemies just like that, and it was cool beforehand.
I got a precept for you. Is Ezekiel 4 verse 10, and thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it.
Yeah. You got it.
And the goods will be so sparse, you're gonna have to distribute amongst people. But you gonna have to take a nigga out in order to have his share, bro.
You ate a little bit of my Oreos? God damn. It's finna get real. Niggas, like, you know how it be I haven't been down the road, but the videos, you know what I'm saying, how they get so aggressive behind a cup of noodles. It's gonna be like that, but outside of the jail,
like Black Friday.
Yeah. Black Friday on steroids. That's what it's gonna be like. God.
I got one more if you
Con. And like you said, eating by measure, niggas gonna really be trying to portion their food up. That's how bad it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna understand how it is to be inside these other countries, right? They eat. How the saying goes, eat to survive, and I forgot how it goes.
Survive to eat. Eat to survive to eat.
Yeah. Survive to eat. Eat. Yeah. You said. I think you said it correctly. I always mess up, but yeah, they're gonna be in that. They're gonna be in the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Now they're gonna be, eating. They just say you may eat 4 packs of noodles a day. You're gonna go from 4 packs to 1 pack a day. You're trying to preserve it because this family gonna be real hard.
Yeah, and we'll probably eat that 1 pack in measure.
Yep.
In the morning, a little bit at night. That 1 pack of ramen, 99 cents. Last you last that whole week.
That goes to show you how bad that family going to be. Niggas gonna be goddamn rationing ramen noodles. You got it. We can.
Ezekiel 4 verse 11, and thou shalt drink also water by measure. The 6th part of a hin from time to time shalt thou drink.
Ooh, so you can't be trying to flush it, like it's a goddamn Coke 45 or some shit. I got a thing of water right here, right? They're gonna drink this right here in measure. They're trying their best to make this last all month or till whenever, they get some more. I guess when Trump, help them out again or whatever. But they're gonna be rationing everything that they have inside these times, man. Wow, we're gonna be eating in abundance. Hey, let me grab that right quick. We're gonna be in abundance. Is that Psalms 34?
I believe.
Psalm 37.
This is 34. Oh, the Psalm 37:19.
Say it again.
Psalms 37 and 19.
Yep. The water. It says, this is Psalms 37:19 and NLT. It said they will not be disgraced in hard times. Even in famine, they will have more than enough. We're gonna be them, gluttoning, but we're gonna have more. We're gonna have a lot of food, man. Like how I was in Lead the World Behind. That little girl had so much food in her hand just to watch her little show. That had to be for the Lord can protect us inside these days, man. While these niggas out here starving, fighting over Oreos, fighting over the last roll of tissue. Matter of fact, go ahead.
It's gonna be a famine of bread, but also of supplies of the former world.
Yeah.
know? So you could have a fucking iPod. The Lord might give you some music to listen to. The
Yeah.
Lord knows what your music taste is. The Lord might, He's gonna supply us heavy, man.
Yep.
Of course, our daily need, our daily bread, but the Lord, he's full of surprises, bro. He's full of surprises.
You better get in his bag, man. You
Oh,
the ones around him. We gonna be just like how it was on I Am Legend. We just walking around, chilling, waiting to get beamed up out of this, waiting for the nukes to come down. And in that same transaction, we going up.
oh,
Getting beamed up. I got one for you.
oh.
This 2 Ezra 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Mm. Yeah, great tribulation about to hit the earth. And men will be fighting each other in the streets, in the grocery stores. Next door neighbor, Tommy's gonna be invading Jimmy. Jimmy's
Yep.
gonna be invading Tommy. All right, for one loaf of bread. People
Mm.
be eating grass, bricks of concrete, anything they can get their hands on, bro. You know, you have people just waiting outside by a fucking fire hydrant. Okay, people trying to go under to hit the fucking water in the damn sewer system. It's gonna get crazy out here, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to get wild. All right, especially
Yeah.
during the winter time. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And I think that's when Esau really going to turn that shit up with the blackouts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because
Well,
that's
remember
the move.
a couple was it last month they had the Orioles what's it called, the Aurea Borealis, or like
Mm-hmm.
the shit in like Alaska where the colorful lights, the northern lights.
Yeah.
That's happening because of fucking the EMP attacks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep on happening every couple months. Every couple months. That shit happened last year, and now there's one that happened 2 months ago, last month.
Mm-hmm.
So the EMP attacks are hitting heavier. You know, so you can see all these things coming to pass. The day of the Lord Yahweh Bashemashah is darkness and not light. You know, so it's getting real, bro. It's getting very very real out here.
I got the no pity. I just googled it, like, for the definition of no pity. It says no pity signifies a lack of sympathy or
Mm.
compassion for someone's suffering or misfortune. So, like the brothers, going to it on 2 Ezra 15 and 19. Your friend that you may know or your neighbor that you may have got a good bond with, through over the years, and that person will not feel sorry for you because you got 5 kids and you the only, you're a female and you got 5 kids, and you don't really have enough food. Somebody gonna walk in and they're gonna take the rest of it. Either you give it to me, or guess what? I'm finna take you out and the kids out. And women will be bartering that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they're women travish. Isaiah the 13th chapter.
Yep. Right. Yep. A lot of them. You know how it wasn't set it off. She was like, I'm in the bind, Nate. That's what's gonna be going on. When we gonna go on that box just for a loaf of bread, man?
Shit. Just for protect. Oh, the scripture Isaiah 4:1.
Man, come on. You can bring it. I got it for you.
Come on.
This is the book of Isaiah 4 verse 1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Yeah, and they're gonna come to who? The men of the heavenly Father. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even the gold in which your old fear. They're not gonna come to some fucking some random nigga who just happens to have a gun. No, bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna know who has the wisdom, because the men of the Lord are gonna shine. Ecclesiastes the 8th chapter. Wisdom make the man's face to shine. All right. We're gonna have a calmness in our spirit because we understand what the Lord is causing all these things, and we've been serving the true power of heavens and earth, man. The Lord's causing these famines. The Lord has the spirit on Putin and Trump to talk about nuclear war. Okay, the Lord has the supply chain going down. The Lord has the stock market jumping up and down. All right, and we've been prophesying these things. So we have what a stability. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability at home. So the Lord's gonna have these women come to us. No longer are you gonna, hey man, you trying to go on a date? Let me get your number. No, they're gonna be asking you for your number.
Yeah.
They're gonna be trying to follow you.
At that point, she's gonna be begging.
Mm-hmm.
And like you had just said, Salaki, because they want that protection, and they see, like, matter of fact, you mentioned it earlier, with the book of the movie, The Book of Eli.
Yeah.
beautiful comparison. You know, she wanted to go everywhere that man was going because why? It was something grounded about him.
Mm.
You know? Same thing with us. They're gonna see like, why this nigga laughing? Man, this nigga fine. You know,
Oh,
nigga hungry around here, but this man over here just smiling. Ah, look at this nigga. Ah, look at this nigga. Look at this bitch right. She just passed out. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
They gonna want the security. You know, so like you said in Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. You know, and look, and we tying it all back into the topic. Stuff like this will make a female humble down and find a man and look. Cause now it didn't got real. You know what I'm saying? Now she'll understand polygamy. You know,
mm,
she's that protection. You know,
mhm.
seeing food being low of family that can really help Jacob Trouble just pop off.
Yeah.
And when that
Yeah.
shit pop off, you know, women gonna be at brother's doorstep, if not kicking the door down.
Yeah.
Just for
You know,
that.
I was Slocky, go ahead, bro.
You know, you got it.
I was into Elder Abba, and he was saying how these women gonna be outside the grocery stores, bro.
Yeah.
You know, stalking men. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got a little extra money to spend, they're gonna see that shit, bro.
Yep.
You know, he was saying how say you got like $70 worth of groceries. You know, that that's a decent amount, bro,
Yeah.
for just one trip. And then they gonna know they gonna try to follow you out to your car. You know, try to give their bodies up for some type of bread or food, bro. You know, it's about to get real out here, bro. These
Yeah.
women, they know.
They know
You
it.
know, they know it too. In their spirit, everyone's spirit, they know that something bad is about to happen. They just don't know how to spiritually prepare. But the Lord has
Mm-hmm.
given us the insight on how to do so, man. You
Yep.
know, I got
Con,
I got one if you don't have one.
I'm on you.
Hold on. My phone's at 11%. So
We can wrap up after this one.
okay. It's Second Kings 6 verse 25. It says and actually I'll start 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. So he basically invaded Samaria, man. All right,
Mm.
and the same thing's gonna happen. These Gurga troopers, they're gonna invade Babylon, man. These tiny troopers, these mighty men of Moab, they're gonna invade Babylon, man. All right. It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until the ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver,
Mm.
and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Damn, that's going out bad in Babylon. You over
Man,
here shit. God, you got it.
no, you gotta, bro. Hey, it says a dove's dung. You know, so actual shit. These people
Mm.
are buying actual shit to eat it.
Yeah, that's bad. Like, yeah, that's down bad. But you said that brother's starving. Starving.
Come on,
That's
bro. But that's the times that we're coming into, bro. And the
mm-hmm.
Lord's gonna give us hot plates, man.
Yeah.
You know, steak, whatever you want, bro. You know, the Lord fed us in the wilderness back then in Egypt. So how much more now?
How
When this
much
is the greatest deliverance.
great he we finna get in his bag on this one.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna really know like now the Lord really dealing with those men.
Mm-hmm. 26. And the king of Israel was passing upon the wall. There cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord Jehovah do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress?
Kind of.
You got it, bro. You got it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Bob, so you repeat it?
It says, and it, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord Jehovah do not help thee, when shall I help thee?
Because hey, when you think about it, you know, when you think about it, correlating it back to Isaiah 4:1, a lot of women gonna be in that same mindset, like help me, help me, help me, and some men would. A lot of us is not going to help these females, man. A lot of them is meant for them to really just get their judgment. You know,
Yeah.
really, you know, if it's in the will for you to be the second wife, the third, fourth, whatever to that man house, it's preordained. You know, but a lot of women will not be getting delivered, man, just because you know you're saying help me. All of them cute, all of them cute faces, all that shit can go out the door inside that day. You know, a lot of women ain't an asset. You know, excuse me, they not an asset. You know, So they really gonna be a liability.
Yeah, you remember during the C19, that fucking what's that Cardi B song? I don't cook, I don't clean. Them hoes were screaming that shit loud and proud. You
Yeah,
know? But Isaiah 4:1 say something completely else.
yeah,
These women, they don't have anything to give. So why
yup,
you women gonna get fucking rejected, man?
yeah, bro. And it's gonna be funny. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, I be doing that shit now. You know,
Yeah.
reject them. Like, look, me not, because the IQ is low. You know what I'm saying? You know, bro. Hey, you ain't gotta fall for the first female that come to you because she look good. Man, look, man, salt look like sugar too. You know,
Mm.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females will get rejected inside that day. Oh, she don't hit me. Yeah, someone ran into me just now.
No,
Yeah,
you said she. You said she. So hey, man, the week can wrestle, bro. The week
yeah.
can wrestle, bro.
She driving the big ass 2500
Man,
Chevy.
shit. I got like one more.
Come.
Isaiah 32 verse 2, and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, a covert from a tempest, a river of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a rock in a weary land.
That's how beautiful. That's how rare a man of the Lord is going to be in that time. Let me close this door again. And that's how rare a man of the Lord will be inside the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, it says a man should be as a hiding place, right? Protection. You know, the destroying wind, right? That is like, you know, when a female gonna feel secure when she around a certain man, right? Who's gonna be a man of the Lord, you know, because she knows hell going on, but in this man's, you know, household or domain, whatever, she's protected, you know, and we're gonna be real rare, right? It won't just be, we won't be out here just like how the other folks are just walking around. No, we're gonna be in the cut.
Yeah. Solomon said, "What out of 1,000 men I found one righteous; out of a woman I found none."
Done. That's wild. um, that was it.
Yeah, come on.
You can close it on that whenever you get done.
All right. So then we end it off by giving all glory, honor, praise, and fear to Heavenly Father,
Yeah.
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honor, Apostle Elder Great Millstone, and Shalom.
Shalom.
I don't know how to end it from